Putting a new deck belt on for the Kubota ZD28 diesel, 2005, I believe. If you've ever run into this, it's a dual rib belt and has a tension spring, belt tensioner right here. And old belt that was on there was able to be reinstalled fairly easy. It actually stretched out and worn down. I was able to pretty much just pull the tension spring over and stick it back on the attachment point here. If you've ever installed a new belt on one of these, it's a little bit more complicated than just installing a new belt. First off, you have to remove this L bracket that is bolted to the gearbox. There's two 19mm nuts that hold it to the deck, and then two 19mm bolts that hold it to the actual gearbox. The belt is behind this bracket, so to replace the belt, you have to remove the bracket. And it also runs underneath the drive shaft going to the PTO. So you need to take a 15mm bolt out off the U-joint on the drive shaft, drop the drive shaft down, then you can get your new belt on. The most difficult thing that I've run into is actually getting the spring back on once you put the new belt on. New belt significantly shorter just because it's not been stretched out and used. And then I was trying to pull the spring out and over the hook. I had reinstalled it many times before, but now with this new belt, it basically, the tensioner is all the way back against the gearbox, and getting enough tension to pull it over and to get it on the stay on the deck there was really, really difficult. So went back to automotive knowledge and installing stretch belts on a BMW. Kind of take the same process and leave your blade on, and you have a lot of leverage to spin the pulley on this side. Much safer this way. I was able to get the spring pulled almost over the stay on the other side for the tensioner, but just with that much tension, it felt like the spring was gonna pop off and bury itself into my leg or something. Anyway, so basically what we're gonna do here is use the blade as a leverage point and use the 24mm socket on top of this spindle to allow the belt not to slip off, and kind of allows it to stay in place while you spin this, and just easily turn the belt right on the spindle. Just that easy. One thing you'll have to do before putting a 24mm socket on the spindle is just remove this stay bar. There's a cotter pin and a washer on each side. Once you remove that, you put your 24mm socket on there, and then just remove your socket and then refit your bar once you're done.